international business is a very rewarding field, and it's such an expanding and changing field that I think is very important to the British Columbia economy as well as the Canadian. To my mind, I think it sort of blends both culture as well as business, as well as how we relate to one another. And so I think that societal implications of how we relate to one another through business is very important. So that's part of what was the impetus for my studying of international business. That's a great question. You know, many years ago, I sort of started to read these stories about how China's economy is growing and how the people live in China, and I guess I really wanted to experience that firsthand, to be able to say I can really speak the language and relate to the people and understand even just a little bit of how they see the world and how they relate to one another. So a few years ago, I thought to myself, I think the best way I can learn about this and engage in this fully is to immerse myself in the language and to learn business as well on the side. So that was part of what really got me interested in language and culture of China. That was a fantastic experience, and you know, one of the things I took away from that experience is that as long as you bring passion and enthusiasm to whatever you do, you'll be successful and be happy. So going in, you know, I was quite worried, not sure if I would be able to, I guess, fit in China. I mean, I have red hair and whatnot, but you know, I found that as long as you bring passion and show compassion to others, that can take you as far as your mind can imagine. You know, I think that as long as you bring passion and enthusiasm, you will succeed in whatever environment you're in, whether you're in British Columbia, whether you're in Ottawa, whether you're in China. It's all about how we relate to one another and see similarities between, you know, how we, I guess, relate to one another and support one another throughout our lives. So that was one of the key takeaways that I took from my time at BCCIE. One of my favorite experiences was that I actually lived with a few fellows who spoke only Chinese, so they didn't speak any English, which was wonderful because we actually were able to sort of engage in a language exchange. So I would teach some English, they would teach me some Chinese. And I thought that was just a wonderful way to connect with people, to learn about, you know, how they go about their lives, and also to give back and to be able to contribute to their lives. And so that was one of my favorite experiences. You know, partaking in the Beijing culture, street food, that was another wonderful experience. I tried scorpions and things like that, probably for the last time, but it was a wonderful and memorable experience. And also experiencing, you know, you hear about what's happening in China and how the economy is developing and how society is changing and that landscape is really emerging. But to actually be in the midst of it, to experience it, to see the rapid pace of growth, it's just remarkable. I mean, I will never forget my time in China. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'd say 我很高兴, which means I'm very happy. So if I were to sum it up, I would say it's a remarkable experience to be able to meet so many inspiring people and see what's going on in British Columbia and how it's impacting the entire globe and the world. And to be able to contribute to, I guess, intercultural learning and developing our society, it's just been a wonderful experience.